celebrate a piece of Yankee old-timer history, Diana Munson and recently inducted Hall of Fame pitcher Goose Gossage were at Modell Sporting Goods in Grand Central to announce that Thurman Munson's 1978 Yankees World Series trophy would be on display through Tuesday, August 5th. Fans are invited to take photos with this cherished piece of Yankee history for a donation of $5 to benefit the Association for the Help of Retarded Children, New York City Foundation, that assists children and adults with intellectual and developmental disabilities.
Mr. Modell has purchased the World Series trophy at my husband's auction, and he has been generous enough to share the World Series trophy with a lot of the fans. And I understand for the next 5 days you can come in and pose with the World Series trophy, and for a small donation to my charity, which is AHRC, the Association for the Help of Retarded Children, he will match the donation. And so it's a good way for people to get to see the World Series trophy. It's a wonderful way to remember Thurman, and it's obviously a great charity. So I'm pleased with it. I'm thankful to Mr. Modell for sharing this.
And tell us a story about Goose and your husband.
Oh, they were such good buddies. I mean, as the years go on, he tells me more and more stories. I'm sure there are some that he will never tell me, but they shared a remarkable friendship. And I think the pitchers and Thurman, they're going to be the closest of anyone on the team. Thurman used to stay at Goose's house with his family when I was out of town, or when I had the kids in school. So they only played together for a year and a half, but Goose wrote something recently and said that he considers Thurman his dearest friend that he played with in all of baseball, which I think is remarkable because I think he played like 22 years. That says a lot about Thurman.
6 years here with the Yankees. I loved every moment of every team, but there's nothing like putting on the pinstripes, and spending my 6 years here was amazing. And then to have it, just a little more icing on the cake with the election to the Hall of Fame. 9 years was a charm, and I think waiting 9 years, I think when you have to wait for something like that, I think it even makes it sweeter if that's possible. I don't know really what's in store. I know that it's going to be the last Old Timers Day at the stadium, and that's very sad to be the part of the last All-Star game, all the festivities. I was at the All-Star game on the field with the Hall of Famers. That was amazing. To be there tomorrow with all of my teammates on the 78 team is just going to be amazing. The fans are awesome, and just to be a part of that tomorrow is going to be a very, very special day. It's the anniversary of Thurman's death, and we're going to honor that and have some fun. Thurman's going to be there, and it's just another amazing event that's happened to me this summer. It's going to be a bittersweet day, I'm sure, with Bobby, the passing of Bobby, and he was an amazing guy. We're going to miss him. We miss Catfish. We miss Thurman, of course. He doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody that's in the Hall of Fame. All the catchers that are there, he certainly doesn't have to take a backseat to any one of them. Maybe if he'd had played a few more years, I don't think it would have been any question about whether he's a Hall of Famer. I believe he's a Hall of Famer. Like I said, he doesn't have to take a backseat to anybody that's there, and anybody that ever played against Thurman Munson knew the kind of competitor and the type of player that he was. Clutch, pressure situations. He laughed, had fun in the face of failure, and he was an amazing teammate. I will never forget playing with Thurman Munson, and he's the greatest catcher that I ever had the privilege of throwing to, and it was something that will be with me the rest of my life. This Yankee team, this 78 trophy that's sitting next to us is a monument to that great team, and those guys could play baseball. And we took no prisoners. We played good old-fashioned hardball, and it was just amazing to be a little piece of the puzzle of that team and be a part of it. And winning a world championship again was one of the highlights of my career. Being part of that team, being a special bunch of guys. Period.
Could you just tell me one good story about Thurman Munson?
Well, I went through a real hard time when I first joined the Yankees, and Thurman was, I'd go to the mound, and the first time I got back, I came to the mound after I'd gone through this really hard time. He said, "How you going to lose this one?" And I couldn't believe he was saying it to me, because I was in a jam, and I came into a jam, and I was in a pressure situation, and here's Thurman laughing, saying, "Hey, how you going to lose this one?" I said, "I don't know. Get your little butt back there. We'll find out, okay?" In a little stronger terms than that, but he kept things light out there. We had fun in the heat of in the face of disaster. That's just the kind of guy that Thurman was.